Hello, everybody. Work? Yes. So I will just give a few words to introduce the program of today, and in particular the online session. I think you heard from Phil Evans that the keyword is value chain. And it's not a surprise that we choose to organize this session around the value chain, from the observation to the forecast and the warning, weather forecast, but also climate warning. And so instead of presenting spacecraft in details, which could be a bit boring without the context, and so you will hear about the value of satellite observation as part of the value chain for different applications relevant to climate and weather. We will hear from Mark Drinkwater the latest news about the cryosphere, seen from satellites, the unique imagery and measurements from satellites about the loss of mass in the polar caps, for instance. You know, it could be a tipping point in our changing climate. Then you will hear about the oceans, because warnings are also developing in the ocean area with a lot of interactions with the atmosphere. You've heard about the marine heat waves, so probably you will hear from Pierre-Yves Le Traon about this type of phenomena and its overall impact. And of course, weather. And you will hear from Pierre-Yves Le Traon and Christina Cupton-Watts the value of satellite observation for all forecasts, from nowcasting, from the last chance forecasts, as we call it, to extended range forecasts. You will hear a lot about polar orbiting satellites, and this is deliberate because all of you know about METEOSAT or geostationary imagery. It's very useful for communication, but the value, the impact of measurements from the polar orbit on forecasts and warnings is not so well known. So one of the objectives is to make you more aware, and of course you are, but more aware of the impact of this data on forecasts, etc. So we will end the session with a roundtable, and this one will be also looking at the value adding chain, but from a, let's say, a stratospheric perspective, looking 10 years ahead. We'll have new satellites, but there will be also new developments on forecasts using artificial intelligence, data simulation, and a lot of new techniques. The warning systems will also take advantage of this, and you know there is a large initiative at WMO level, UN level, I should even say, to make sure that all countries in the world are equipped with early warning systems, because it's at the core of adaptation to climate change. So we will look at 10 years ahead what may happen. And that will be it for the online session. So I will say a few words about what comes after, but for in-person, for the people being there physically only, I'm sorry for the others. But you will have then the opportunity to look at the technicalities of the machinery. You will get experts explaining to you how satellite works. You will have mock-ups here of satellites, and if you have questions on the sensors and how it works, you will get answers. And you will also have a guided tour of the core of EUMETSAT. You will see the cockpit, the mission control center, where you not only control satellite, but the full chain of data production. You see, it's very interesting. And you will also visit the engine, which is driven from the cockpit, which is the data center over there, where all the hardware and software is running under the fingers of the cockpit. So that's it, and I wish you a very nice online session, and then see you this afternoon physically. Thank you.